Chapter 2. Stop reacting to everything. One of the most powerful skills you will ever develop is the ability to remain calm when everyone else is losing control. Most people react. Very few people respond. And that difference changes everything. It changes relationships. It changes careers. It changes opportunities. It changes reputations. It changes lives. The truth is simple. Many of the biggest mistakes people make are not planned. They happen in moments. Moments of anger, moments of frustration, moments of fear, moments of insecurity, moments when emotions take control and logic disappears. A single emotional reaction can destroy something that took years to build. A harsh comment, an impulsive decision, an angry text message, a careless post online, a heated argument. One moment, one reaction, one mistake. And suddenly, the consequences remain long after the emotion has disappeared. That is why self-control matters. Because emotions are temporary, but consequences can last forever. Think about the times you regretted something. Perhaps you said something you wish you could take back. Perhaps you ended a relationship in anger. Perhaps you quit too early. Perhaps you made a decision while emotional. Most regret comes from reactions, not from thoughtful decisions, not from careful planning, not from patience. Regret is often the price we pay for acting before thinking. This is why emotional control is a superpower. While others react, you remain calm.
While others argue, you stay focused. While others lose control, you maintain discipline. And that gives you an advantage that most people never develop. Not every feeling deserves a response. Not every situation deserves your energy. Repeat that again. Not every feeling deserves a response. Not every situation deserves your energy. Most people waste enormous amounts of energy reacting to things that do not matter. Someone criticizes them. They react. Someone disagrees with them. They react. Someone ignores them. They react. Someone posts something online. They react. Someone says something negative. They react. And before they realize it, they have spent an entire day emotionally controlled by other people. Their mood belongs to someone else. Their attention belongs to someone else. Their peace belongs to someone else. That is not power. That is dependency. The stronger person is not the one who reacts. The stronger person is the one who chooses when to respond. Imagine a workplace conflict. A coworker says something disrespectful. The emotional person immediately fires back. The disciplined person pauses. They think. They evaluate. They choose their response carefully. One creates unnecessary conflict. The other protects their reputation. Which person appears stronger? The answer is obvious. Calmness is strength. Control is strength. Discipline is strength. Now think about social media. Millions of people spend hours arguing with strangers they will never meet. They become angry over opinions.
They become frustrated over comments. They become distracted by endless debates. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become years. And nothing meaningful changes. The people winning in life are rarely the people arguing with everyone. They are too busy building, too busy learning, too busy improving, too busy focusing on what actually matters. Not every feeling deserves a response. Not every situation deserves your energy. The next example is even more important: personal relationships. Many relationships fail not because of major problems, but because of repeated emotional reactions. A person feels offended. They react. A person feels misunderstood. They react. A person feels frustrated. They react.
Soon, every conversation becomes a battle. Every disagreement becomes a war. Every misunderstanding becomes a crisis. But what would happen if people paused? What would happen if they listened? What would happen if they took a breath and chose wisdom over emotion? Many conflicts would disappear before they ever began. Silence is often more powerful than an argument. Patience is often more powerful than force. Self-control is often more powerful than being right. One of the greatest lessons you can learn
is that you do not need to attend every fight you are invited to. People will challenge you. People will criticize you. People will misunderstand you. People will judge you. That is life. But your responsibility is not to react to every challenge. Your responsibility is to stay focused on your purpose. Imagine a lion. The lion does not stop to fight every barking dog. The lion continues moving toward its destination. Likewise, disciplined people do not waste energy on every distraction. They protect their attention. They protect their peace. They protect their mission. The ability to ignore distractions is a form of self-control. The ability to remain calm is a form of self-control. The ability to stay focused is a form of self-control. And these abilities compound over time. Years of emotional reactions create chaos. Years of emotional control create power. The most respected leaders understand this principle. They do not panic during pressure. They do not explode during conflict. They do not allow emotions to make decisions for them. Instead, they remain steady. They remain composed. They remain intentional. Because leadership begins with emotional control. If you cannot control your emotions will control you. And if your emotions control you, your life will become unpredictable. One day you feel motivated. The next day, you quit. One day you feel confident. The next day, you doubt yourself. One day you feel focused. The next day, you become distracted. That is not leadership. That is emotional dependence. True power comes from consistency. True power comes from discipline. True power comes from acting according to your values rather than your feelings. As you move forward, begin practicing a simple habit. Pause before reacting. Pause before speaking. Pause before responding. Pause before deciding. Give wisdom a chance to catch up with emotion. Most people never create that space. That is why continue making the same mistakes. But you are different. You are learning a different way. You are learning to respond instead of react. You are learning to think before acting. You are learning to remain calm when others lose control. And that skill alone can transform every area of your life. Remember the lesson from this chapter. Not every feeling deserves a response. Not every situation deserves your energy. Protect your attention. Protect your peace. Protect your purpose. Because every time you refuse to react emotionally, you strengthen your self-control. And every time you strengthen your self-control, you strengthen your future. The strongest person is not the loudest. The strongest person is not the most aggressive. The strongest person is the one who remains in control when everyone else loses theirs. That is power. That is discipline. That is self-control.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.